Hello lovely dancers, my name is Aisha and welcome back to Belly Dance Tutorials. Today we're gonna talk about something that is oftentimes overlooked, but it will complete your body position, your poses and your dance quality if you start to focus about it. Today we're gonna talk about feet. Alright dancers, today's focus is gonna be on how to create elegant feet position for your dance routines when you do poses or when you just simply pose for a picture. Now the feet position start with actually the legs. It starts with the turnout of the legs, and I oftentimes talk about that with my students, and I'm very particular about it. So again, remember, I talked about this in the past, to maintain the slight turnout of the legs that starts here in the hips. And we maintain that position throughout the legs and feet. Now, during my training, oftentimes I realized that I didn't know what to do with my leg behind, or with the foot position, how to keep my foot when I pose in different positions. Like I tried this, I tried that, maybe I tried different things until I finally learned from master instructors how to keep our feet to look elegant and polished. So the purpose of this class is actually to create nice long lines, and to help with that we have to really pay attention to how our feet, or our foot is placed on the floor. What we're trying to achieve is not to create a long leg line, and we don't want the heel to show, like in this position or even this position. So we keep our heel hidden behind. And also very important is that the point of contact of the foot with the floor is the inside part of the big toe. So if you want to bend down and touch your inside part of the big toe here, it's a very small area, and that is the part that you have to put in contact with the floor when you extend the foot behind like this. Okay, so let's do a little close-up for that. I'm gonna go this way. So again, the point of contact of the foot with the floor is this, let me go back here, is this tiny little area on the inside part of the big toe. And we point the foot, obviously. So, yeah, all of a sudden we have a nice long line here. And regardless of the body orientation, if it's more diagonal and your foot is in line with your front leg, or even a little bit in front, or even more behind, is the same principle. All right, so I think we cleared that up. Now, when you create this line here, you have to make sure that your line is not interrupted by angling your foot too much inside. Let's try on the other side. Yeah, just quickly try on the other leg. Inside part of the big toe, point the toes, and hide the heel behind your leg. All right. All right, dancers. Some other things to point out here. Sometimes you want to have a little bit more stability in your balance if you're doing something more intense with your upper body. If you have props, for instance, and you need a little bit more support on the back leg. Sometimes it's okay if you if you touch the floor with the big toe and the second toe, so this will create a little bit more support in the back. It's a bigger area of contact, but you still want to point the toes. You still want to create this long line and hide your heel behind. Yes, so let's try that here. A little closer. So I'm touching the floor with my big toe and the second toe. So it's a little bit, the point of contact is a little larger, but I'm still pointing the rest of the toes and try to hide my heel behind as much as possible. It's a little awkward, but that will create a nice long line. All right, also for posing. When you pose for pictures, the easiest way to create nice long lines of the legs is again to have your big toe with the inside part touching the floor like this, and everything is pointing, but it's not overly pointing. So we are not ballerinas like this. We want to keep the oriental flair. I'm gonna go a little closer here. So we still want to keep the oriental flair, but a little bit more polished and sophisticated. So this is a ballerina position here, and this is a more dancey position. All right, dancers, one more thing here. If you choose to have your toes in contact with the floor like this, if you need a little bit more support for your legs, make sure that you don't rotate your foot outward like this. This is not only not pretty and not polished, but it's also unsafe for your feet. So make sure that your foot is a little bit, your ankle is a little bit inward rather than outward like this. Yeah, so let's try to avoid this. Which means that your weight is on the first two toes of the foot and not on the outward toes, right? Not on the last toes. So never do that because it's unsafe for the leg, and it just doesn't look good. Your weight is always on the first two toes on the feet. Whether you are in releve or you are posing this way or you are doing turns. Yes? Okay, dancers. I think this is what I had for today. This is a short, quick fix. I hope it helps you, and not only with knowing how to do your feet, but also to pay more attention to the feet when we dance. Because even though we have skirts and a lot of time people don't really see what we do with our feet, once in a while they will be visible during turns or during poses, or if you have a slit on your skirt. So yeah, they will be visible once in a while, and for those moments it's really worth it to know what to do with your feet and be confident about it, and knowing that your lines will look nice and clean and long, and you'll also be safe on stage. Okay, dancers, hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Shiri shiri!